So, welcome to Pure Love. My name is Alex. Now, the reason I decided to call this podcast Pure Love is it's because that's what we're all searching for. It really is what we're all searching for. Now, I know it's a cliche and I know it's very obvious to some people, but it's really important to remember that that's what we're all searching for, because when we are experiencing pure love in our heart, then when that gap inside us is filled, there's the inner fire is burning bright. We feel the warmth in our heart, which is love, and we stop searching in every other way. We stop searching for all these substitutes which can never do the job, which can never replace love, obviously. So I wanted to call this podcast Pure Love, just to remind you, just to be a constant reminder that should be our focus, to have love in our heart. And of course, there's so many things which take us away from feeling that love. And more than anything else, it's our own mind. Our own mind is our biggest enemy, because we're constantly thinking about things which take us into anger, take us into worry and fear, take us into confusion. So basically our mind is constantly creating obstacles, or you could say barriers or veils, that stop us perceiving the love, stop us feeling the love that we are meant to be feeling all of the time. And I mean all of the time. So really our ultimate aim should be to be feeling that love. And it doesn't really matter where that love comes from, or whether you want to give it any religious connotations or spiritual connotations. The fact is, our heart is designed for love, and it is capable of feeling love all of the time. But it requires a perspective shift from us. It requires us to stop looking at all the things that are wrong. It requires us to stop looking at future problems and thinking of all the things that might go wrong. It requires us to stop thinking angry thoughts about the people who have hurt us, or the people who are doing bad things to us, or bad things in the world. It requires us to come back to this moment, become aware of our body. We have to become aware of our body. If we're going to become aware of the love in our heart, we have to become aware of our body. That means bringing our attention to our body and putting our hand on our heart. This is a very practical, grounding way to become more aware of your heart. This isn't some new age, airy-fairy spiritual practice. This is about coming home to where you belong, which is your heart, which is the love, the peace, the gratitude that you experience when you spend time in your heart, and you don't need to leave. It's very important to understand it's not some kind of little holiday where you connect to your heart and then you go back to the real world. Our ultimate goal, our ultimate objective, our ultimate purpose is to interact in this world whilst connected to the world of love, whilst connected to the spiritual world of love, to engage with the world from a place of love. So it's of the utmost importance that we anchor our heart in love, that our heart is strong in love. Nothing can shake it, and that's our day-to-day practice. You could say it's our life's work, is to anchor our heart in love, so that nothing can shake it, nothing can pull us away from that love, nothing can make us choose judgment or fear instead of love. We always choose love first. We remember that love is at the top of our priority list, always. That's the most important thing. And we won't let anything or anyone divert us away from being in that place of love. Now, I know this is hard. That's why it's a lifetime's work. It's a lifetime's work. And 99.99 recurring % of people on this planet, maybe even 100%, are unable to achieve this this goal to live constantly in love, because that is our goal, it's to live in love. But the most important thing is that is our goal. The most important thing is that we aim for that. If you aim for the highest goal possible, then you can reach the highest place possible. Because if you aim for something low, then you can't go any higher than that. If you set a certain bar as your ultimate ceiling, you can't go higher than that. So that's why you've got to aim for the highest, which is to live perpetually, continuously in love. That's our day-to-day practice, that's our life work, is to live in love. So that our heart is connected to love, so that we are feeling love. Now there are day-to-day practices which help us to do this, and I will tell you a few things which will be very helpful. But before I do that, I'd just like to tell you that there is nothing more rewarding than having this goal, than aiming for this. There is nothing more rewarding than aiming to be connected to love all the time, than to have love in your heart all the time. There is nothing more rewarding you can do. This is the greatest, most rewarding, fulfilling and satisfying pursuit that you can pursue. Bar none. There is nothing more rewarding and fulfilling than this. Please understand these words. This is why it's the greatest thing to aim for. It's the greatest objective to aim for, is to live in love and to have love in your heart. Okay? The rewards are indescribable. The day-to-day rewards. When you make this your priority, when you make being connected to love your priority, then something is transformed. Your perception is transformed, and you become aware of the reality of love and how intelligent and how profound it is. It's beyond our comprehension. But love is, you could call it divine intelligence. Love is divine intelligence, and it's the ultimate, supreme intelligence. It's the highest reality. And when we make it our goal to connect and stay connected to that reality and to prioritize love, then profound changes happen. Things are revealed to us that you just cannot comprehend. You cannot conceive of them, because you can only perceive them through loving, through having a more generous heart, through giving, through genuinely caring, and through appreciating and feeling gratitude. Now, of course, I know these are all spiritual cliches, but they're cliches for a reason. It's because thousands of people over the eons have been trying to tell us, trying to remind us of what it is we really need to do. And I'm just stating the obvious, really. This is stating the obvious, but we need to be reminded of it, because we get so caught up in this world and in our thoughts, in our mind, in our ideas of what's important, in our ideas of what life is about and what we should be focusing on, what we should be prioritizing. We have so many ideas, and now with social media we're flooded with different perspectives and different opinions and people's beliefs that sound very appealing. And we have to remember that love is the most important thing, and when we focus on having love in our heart, which means we cannot have anger in our heart, we cannot have fear in our heart, because those things obscure love. So we have to overcome fear and overcome anger to strengthen our heart in love. And we do that obviously by forgiving people. We overcome anger by forgiving people. We overcome fear by trusting that we are safe. When we choose love, we are safe, we are protected by that force of love, which is supreme. It is the ultimate, most powerful force in the universe, in existence. And so by trusting that force, that love will protect us, will guide us, will keep us safe from harm, by trusting that, then there can be no fear. So remember this: forgiveness is what will overcome anger. And trust, or you could call it faith if you want to, but trust or faith is what overcomes fear. Those two things, forgiveness and trust, or forgiveness and faith. That's how we overcome fear and anger. So, I mentioned there are some day-to-day practices, day-to-day things that will help us. So I'll briefly touch on those right now. Number one, we have to be healthier. We have to choose a healthier lifestyle. It's very important. It's very hard to achieve balance when we're sick. It's very hard to achieve balance when our body is trying to continuously cleanse itself of all these toxins and poisons, and balance our emotions. Our emotions are very much influenced by the things we eat, and they make us, if we eat a lot of sugar, then we're going to be up and down. Our energy levels and emotions are going to be up and down. If we eat too much heavy food, we're going to feel tired and despondent and lackluster. So we need food which balances us, and this is fruits and vegetables, lots of fruits and vegetables. I personally eat like an 80% raw food diet. Cooked food personally slows me down and makes me feel tired, so I recommend a diet rich in fresh, life-giving foods, lots of vegetables, lots of green vegetables, lots of deep dark greens like spirulina. I personally use a lot of wheatgrass juice, fresh wheatgrass juice, which is the most balancing and healing thing you can put in your body, and you can research that on Google. I recommend researching that. So a balanced and healthy diet gives us a balanced and healthy energy system, and we feel more balanced. And then when we're balanced, we can connect more easily to the goodness of life. So when there's goodness in our body, when we're putting goodness into our body, and our body is cleansed and we feel more clean, then we connect more to the goodness of life, which is love. But it comes through nature. It comes through all manner of different things. But we connect to it, and we desire that goodness more when we're in a state of health. When we're in a state of sickness, or when we've got addictions ruling us, then we tend to crave more addictions. We tend to crave more unhealthy things because we want to perpetuate the addiction, because it's an addictive cycle, obviously. So to be free of that addictive cycle, then we choose health. We pursue and desire health. Health-giving practices, health-giving foods, and that's how we overcome addictions. When we desire health more than we desire the addiction. Because as you become more healthy, you want more health. You want to do the things which make you feel good, which make you feel more balanced, which make you feel well. And so it's really important, if you want to overcome an addiction, is to bring the healthiest things you can into your life. The things which make you feel healthy. More exercise, more fresh oxygen, fresh air, sunshine, more time in nature. And when we do that, then we feel like we desire that more. We want more of that. And the desire for health becomes greater than the desire for addiction. And as we desire more health, we connect more to the realm of love, which comes through nature, which comes through our body when it's in balance. Love is natural. Love is the natural way. And as we connect more to love, this hidden reality of love, the hidden world of love, the spiritual world, reveals itself to us. And it's so subtle, but it reveals itself to us through our heart. And we understand why we're here, and we see what it is we need to do, and we understand our purpose, which is to share love and to encourage others to choose love and to connect to love. And that's what I'm trying to do with this podcast. So I hope this talk has been helpful to you. There'll be many more. This is just the introductory talk, but there are many more. You can go to my website. You can read my free book. It's all at alexanderbell.org. alexanderbell.org. All my free music, my free book, my free radio stations, everything you can access at alexanderbell.org. So, thanks for listening to this. I hope to speak to you soon. I wish you well, and God bless you.